So these are the diaries of a goat farmer. So I haven't told you this before, but we are moving. So that's the big news that I have for you guys. We are moving. So we are now moving our farming operation from Mazoe, where we used to do all our videos. So now we are moving to that area close to Norton. So that's where we're actually going to be doing our goat farming. And apart from just the goat farming, we are also now going into crop farming. So the Lord has just opened up doors for us. So we got into a strategic partnership where we are partnering with someone in the diaspora where the farm in Zim, and we are just coming in and then seeing how best we can actually work together. So these partnerships are key, they're essential, and if you've got an opportunity, you're in the diaspora and you'd like to do farming, look for someone to partner with, and then when you're ready, then you can come through. So today I'm at the farm and we are now preparing to do the cropping. So basically what we would like to do is we are doing a capacity testing. So there is already an existing bore, and we would like to set up an irrigation system so that we could actually do crop farming. We're actually also doing fodder crops as well for our head, and so we need to actually test the capacity of the existing bore. So that's what we are doing here. And I also noticed that there was a reservoir that was built there, so I actually need to just check it out and see what needs to be done. But I'm going to be showing you how the capacity testing is done. Basically, this is part of the land that we're going to be using, so we want to actually put some crops here. And let me show you the reservoir that's been here already. So basically the idea is if we have enough water, we pump it into the reservoir, and then we then get a booster pump that then pumps it out onto the field, and then we have overhead irrigation. I'm more in favor of that, but anyway, let's have a look at this tank. This is the reservoir that's here. I can see plenty cracks there. Do you think this is something that we can resuscitate, or we will have to just do a new reservoir? So let us know in the comment section what you think of the reservoir. It's actually a 70,000 liter reservoir. And now we are moving on to the capacity test. So before anything, we just first need to do a capacity test. So basically what these guys do is they remove the pump that is in the bowl, and then they put their own pump. So the pump that they used is a 1 horsepower AC pump, and they're actually powering it with a generator. And what they simply do is they start pumping out the water, and then they actually measure the time it takes to fill up a 25-liter bucket. So basically, as they start the test, they will be then recording the readings, and they are running the test for about 2.5 hours. So basically, they put the bucket there. They see that it's taking whatever time initially they record it, and then they keep going. So as they keep going, they are actually emptying the actual borehole to such an extent that you will actually get to a stage where the borehole, it will be replenishing as you're actually chucking it out. And yeah, so it then gave me a chance to just have a look at the pump, and let me just tell you a bit about the pump that we have here, and one of the things that they immediately told me. So this is a solar pump, 2 horsepower, and it's 1000 watts. And this is the pump. It's a DC pump. So can you look at the diameter there, the diameter of the pipe versus the diameter supplied by the supplier? So they put something there, so it means that this pump is being overworked. The piping is not supposed to be that big. So already we have seen one challenge with our setup. And as you see now, they keep doing that. So this is hours later, they are keeping on emptying the borehole so that we could get to that stage whereby as you are actually sucking out the water, the borehole is replenishing, and then we would actually know that replenishing rate, and then that is the actual amount of water that you have. So when you know that, you can use the idea now is to actually have a pump that matches the rate of water that you have. So can you see now that our water is actually now getting cleaner? Still a bit brown. The brown color is because of the steel casing that was used when the bowl was sunk. So that's like the water. That's why it's got that brown color. So anyway, so as they keep going now, hours later now, can you see how clean this same water is now? So the water is now clean. So now this is the stage now that they actually are confident that we are now taking fresh water. So we now have to measure and see what's our rate, what flow rate do we have. And after all that, this is what actually came through. So basically we have 0.71 liters per second. That's our flow rate. And the test was done for 2 hours, 30 minutes. Out to 42 liters per minute, 2,556 liters per hour, and 15,336 liters per day, assuming a 6-hour day. So what do all these figures mean? I mean, now we have worked it out. We now know that we are doing 0.71 liters per second, and we have come up to about 15,000 liters per 6-hour day. So what do these figures really mean? So I'm going to give us an example. So supposing I want to do cabbages, and so let's see what these figures mean. Do we actually have enough water? I just go on Google and I'm looking at this. They're saying that a cabbage needs about 4 centimeters of water per week to thrive. Now, how much is that per day? So that works out to be 2.8 liters of water per day per plant. So over the course of the week, that will build up to about 1.5 inches, which is the 4 centimeters that's required. So you can actually see that it's 2.8 liters per day and building up to this. So basically you would be able to water daily if if the soil is draining well. So we just now want to see in terms of the actual number of plants that one can actually put in that area. We have 2 hectares there. So we have 2 hectares. So let's have a look at how many plants are actually can be done per hectare. So another Google search reveals that you can actually do between 26 to 30,000 per hectare for loose head market. But if you want smaller heads of the cabbage, you can go between 35 and 45,000 plants per hectare. So these are the number of plants that you actually need per hectare, depending on the kind of heads that you'd like to do. So look, let's use something in the middle. Let's use 40,000. And on those 2 hectares, it means we want to put 80,000 plants. So let's just take out our calculator and see if this would actually work. So let me do this. So if you can look here, I did some maths. So that 15,336 liters per day, if you divide that by 2.8 liters per plant, it means that we can only maximally do 5,477 heads of cabbage. So it means on our 2 hectare plot that we are planning to put cabbages, we can't even put 80,000 plants. We can only put 5,000. So if we hadn't done this analysis, it means we would have gone ahead to plant a hectare or 2, but then not have enough water because the output is not there. And this is the output from the actual bowl, not the pump. This is the amount of water we are actually getting. So supposing now we realize that, look, yes, we can't put 80,000, we need to put 5,477. Now, will this be economically viable? So let's see. So in Zim, you can wholesale cabbages at $1 for 4. So let me just take this 5,477. So if I multiply this by 25 cents, which is 0.25, I'm getting 1,369. So this is the sales figure. This is the gross revenue that I would actually expect to get from selling the cabbages. But then my costs, according to the research that I've done, it's about between 12 to 13 cents. Let's just use 13 cents. So my cost is $700. So it means that if you subtract 1,300 from 700, 1,369, you are getting a profit of $656. So $656, this is when a cabbage is growing for 3 months. So per month, this is $200 per month. And now if you consider fuel, your employees, you can actually see that one can actually make a loss here. So these analyses are important. So now we now know an important thing, that with the water that we have, we cannot do cabbages at an economically viable rate, because that 5,000 heads, we have shown you that it is not actually economically viable to do at that rate. So thank you for watching. I hope this has helped someone. These are the diaries of a goat farmer, and I'm going to show you the alternative that we have now done, so that we can actually do crop farming in a viable manner. What does this all mean? So after everything, I managed to show that our plans, what we're actually thinking, was not actually possible with the amount of water that we actually had in the ground. So this is just a lesson even to all the farmers, that it's important to actually plan. Make sure you plan. All those mathematics that we're doing at school, it's so that we could actually use it practically. So even for goat farming, you want to put fodder crops, you need to know how much water you have, and then that will determine what kind of crop that you're going to do. And then also, even for the normal crops, like what we are doing, we are doing both fodder and normal crops. We now know exactly the kind of water, and I said I'm going to show you the kind of alternatives that we have done after discovering the amount of water we had at that site, and realizing that it's not adequate to do cabbages, for example, like what I was telling you. But thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe to our channel. Today, this was a bit long today, but I thought it was just necessary to just walk you through the whole steps that we do in terms of preparation. Thank you for watching. These are the diaries of a goat farmer, and bye for now.